welcome to this edition of ET Now Hangouts with me, Ankita Saxena. Well, our first segment is a masterclass in health and nutrition, where we are busting some big weight loss myths and some nutrition myths with the famous celebrity nutritionist and founder of Food Darzee, a health food nutrition company providing holistic nutrition services. I caught up with the weight loss ninja, Dr Siddhant Bhargava. So let's go across and take a look at this conversation. Hi Siddharth, welcome to ET Now Hangouts. So good to have you on the show.
Thank you so much. I mean, I was super excited and I'm glad we're doing this today.
Absolutely. So tell me, you are the guy who tells Alia Bhatt, Ranbir Kapoor, Bhumi Pednekar and all the big celebrities in Bollywood what to eat. In fact, you'd probably know what they're having for dinner tonight.
Yeah, I do.
So what does a celebrity nutritionist do and what does it entail?
I mean, we're not different. We're just nutritionists. Yeah. It just so happens that over time you end up performing well, you've got good results, and then a couple of celebrities start coming to you and then you get the tag of being a celebrity nutritionist. That's not the tag I prefer anyways. Yeah. But yeah, it's a fun experience. You get to work with a lot of people who you see on TV, who you see on OTT, on the screen. And yeah, it's quite rewarding because their bodies have to change quite quick from role to role, and you're the person who helps them do that. So it's a good feeling.
Do they always listen to you?
They do.
All right. But you also have a food company that's called Food Darzee, and then as the name suggests, it's tailor-made food for every individual. So how does that work? Is it a subscription model
or
do you
it's
personally
a subscription model, and it's basically health food delivered at your doorstep, which is customized, and you've got your own nutritionist as well. So our job is to take care of all 4 meals that you eat throughout the day. You basically don't even need to run a kitchen at your house if you're doing Food Darzee. And these meals are calorie counted, they're macro counted, and you've got the guidance of a mentor. Okay. So it's like a one-stop shop to, sort of becoming fit. So I've been doing this for 7.5 years now.
Correct, right. Also, your Instagram page, it says weight loss ninja.
Yep,
so let's get to that. Yeah, that's your specialty. So let's get down to that. Let's talk shop. Let's talk weight loss then. And its most common grievance for weight loss is I am eating healthy. I've given up on junk. I'm exercising regularly, but I'm not losing weight.
Correct.
Why am I not losing weight?
I think the first reason why you're not losing weight is because you still don't count your calories. Yeah. Now, again, a lot of traditional dietitians and popular old age nutritionists don't believe in this concept, but calories mean everything. Yeah. Yes, the quality of your food or the kind of food, whether it's healthy or not, is different. Yeah. But weight loss is not about healthy or not, it's about whether it's happening or not. So most people don't count their calories. You mentioned that that person is eating healthy, is exercising, is doing everything right. But when you say eating healthy, if you were eating 2 kgs of chicken with 5 kgs of paneer and 10 kgs of curd every day, do you think you'd lose weight on that? Nothing out of these were unhealthy. In fact, they're super healthy, right?
Absolutely.
If you ate 5 kgs of vegetables with, like 400 grams of olive oil, this is a good salad, right? 5 kgs of vegetables, olive oil. But no, it's the quantity. Yeah. Everything boils down to quantity. So the first change that any dietitian or nutritionist makes in the lifestyle of a client is she assesses what the quantity of food they're eating and then starts cutting down from there. So that's number 1.
Okay.
2, are you exercising right? So now I'm assuming these are people who are going to the gym, who've started eating a little less than what they were eating. Right. They lost weight for a while and now they're stuck. They're just not losing weight. Here's where the health angle of weight loss comes into the picture. If you've lost weight in an unhealthy manner, which is you starved yourself of nutrition, of calories, and you've lost that quick weight. Okay. At one point in time, your body realizes that this is what my life is going to be, at least for the foreseeable future, where this human being is going to starve me and not give me enough food to function. Yeah. So I'm going to slow down every process in me so that I don't need that much food anyway. So your metabolic rate drops and your body is okay with the amount of food you're giving it. That's called hitting a plateau. Okay. So that's reason number 2. Okay. Reason number 3, they probably have some pathology. So it could be a thyroid issue, it could be a hormonal issue, it could be multiple other things. So you maybe need to get checked out for that. And yeah, I think these are the top 3 reasons why people could not be losing weight even if they're doing everything.
Right. So ideally, what does a nutritional plate look like? like what percentage of carbs, fats, proteins, what should it look like?
So I think it differs from
Right.
goal to goal and person to person. For a person like me who's not very, very focused on carbs, and what I'll tell you what very, very focused on carbs means. The average Indian diet starts with dosa, poha, upma, idli for breakfast. It has a banana in the middle sometime when you're feeling a little hungry. At lunch, you're eating about 4 chapatis, 5 chapatis, along with rice and dal. And then your snack is puffed rice or, things like that, kurmura or maybe like a sandwich, bread, etc. And then your dinner is the same. So now if you actually calculate the amount of carbohydrates you're eating in the whole day, it's massive. This is a person who's always eating carbohydrates, but you don't actually think so. This is your daily meal. इसमें क्या होता है कि आपके more than half your calories are coming from carbohydrates, and this is the typical Indian diet where about 60, 65, 70% of their calories are carbs. Me, on the other hand, what I'd suggest, about 25 to 35% of your calories, maybe even 40, can come from carbohydrates. If you're working out very aggressively, go up to 50, 55, but not 70% at all. The remaining 25% should come in from your proteins. There should be about 10-15% of fat. The remaining percent should be fiber and water.
Okay. You said it, as Indians, we are a carb-loving country. We love our carbs. In fact, our carb intake is much more than required and the protein intake is much lesser than required. So how can one enhance the protein intake?
First, need to understand what your protein intake should be. It's 1 gram per kilogram of your body weight. I said it slowly so that everybody can grasp it. If you weigh 60 kgs, 60 grams of protein is a must. I weigh 105 kgs. I need to consume at least 105 grams of protein. I'm 105 kgs.
It wasn't for the weight, it was for 105 grams of protein, I assure you.
So first you understand what you need to consume. Then you start filling in the blanks. So you've got eggs, you've got paneer, you've got chicken, you've got soya, you've got tofu, you've got beans, you've got dal, you've got red meat, you've got fish, you've got protein powders, plant-based and whey proteins both. This is where you get your protein content from.
Okay, let me come to a very important point there. You mentioned protein powders or whey protein. There is so much of theory floating around of how protein powders are bad for you. Your body doesn't digest it well, or it takes time to digest protein powders. What is your take? Should one firstly consume protein powders?
They should. All these theories are untrue. They're absolutely false. Not one proven theory can come out. And again, as we spoke about, there are a lot of health coaches also who believe this themselves. And the audience should start figuring when they're following someone whether they're actually being scientific. A very khatarnak kind of a health coach is one who's not scientific but supremely confident. So you end up believing that the pseudoscience is real, but you got to watch out for these. Anyway, protein powder is healthy. People keep fixating on the fact that protein powder comes out from a box, so it's synthetic. Is why it's not healthy. That's one issue they have. Another issue they have is it's going to damage their kidneys because too much protein damages your kidneys. And 3, they say that anyways too much protein won't get digested. Your body is not made for that. These are the 3 main issues. Point number 1, welcome to the world where everything is synthetic. Even a banana has a chemical formula behind it. So synthetic, non-synthetic shouldn't really matter. Whey protein is something your moms and your aunts and your dadis have been giving to you since birth. Your mother's milk also contains whey protein. Every form of milk that you've been drinking since you were a child has whey, has casein and has carbohydrates. That's the content of milk. So it's not unhealthy from that perspective. Number 2, your kidneys will digest as much protein as you need them to. First of all, protein digestion happens in the stomach and then in the liver. Your kidneys do not digest protein at all. Your kidney's job is to excrete the waste products of protein digestion, which is just an exchange. Your kidneys can't one fine day say, from today, I'm not going to do it, or I'm not capable of doing it. It doesn't happen. So unless you have a pre-formed kidney disorder where your doctor has told you your kidneys are not capable of doing it, till then you're good. And point number 3 is about the digestion. Now, everybody can digest whey protein. Yes, if you've not had a lot of protein for a while, it could take some time, is why you start adding whey protein in your diet slowly by slowly if you're a person who's never had whey protein before. And if whey protein is not something you want to do because it's an animal product or you're just biased against it, you can even go for plant proteins, which I believe are almost as effective as whey proteins, but that's... The answer is you need to increase the amount of protein in your diet, period. You do it for 3 months, you'll see the results.
Okay, all right. Another viewpoint that I heard from you is eating extra ghee or eating ghee. Extra ghee, or was it eating ghee?
Extra ghee.
Eating extra ghee is absolutely
harmful for you. Eating anything extra is going to be harmful for you. And when I say harmful, it multifold, right? One is health-wise, one is just gaining weight-wise.
So what's your take on having ghee on empty stomach early morning with warm water?
There's no need for it.
Is it a gimmick?
I mean, see, I'm sure somebody thinks it works for them, and that's the problem with health, right? Like, say tomorrow I started crawling home and that worked for me, I'd start spreading that, crawling is the best way of locomotion. It helps you lose weight. So if it works for someone, start propagating it. If ghee works for you, do it. But if it's not working for you, then stop. People still keep going on with these motions thinking, they're gaining weight, they're complaining about gaining weight, but they still keep thinking that the ghee is great in the morning. It's calories at the end of the day. So, and please, I mean, this is the most common one that I've heard, that ghee is good for your knees. Once the ghee
for greasing your joints.
That doesn't work that way. Once the ghee is inside your stomach, it breaks down into fat. Fat composes something that helps grease your joints. So yes, fat is good for greasing your joints, but not ghee. So
what's your take on intermittent fasting as a diet tool?
It's good. It's a great diet tool. It helps people with discipline, because they know that for these number of hours we're not supposed to eat. Does everyone need to do it? Absolutely not. It's your choice.
And the window differs for every person.
For every person. But if you really want the benefits, at least 16 hours of fasting is optimal, and then you can keep going up from there. But again, it gives you an advantage, but the advantage is not as large as eating in a calorie deficit. If you overeat while intermittent fasting, you'll still gain weight.
But calorie deficit also doesn't mean that, I have a bar of chocolate, but then I don't eat anything else to make up for the calorie that I've gained.
So that's the unhealthy way of doing it, because the bar of chocolate is filling up your calories, but is not giving you anything besides that. Plus, it's giving you a lot of sugar as well. So it's called if it fits your macros. Some people do follow this kind of dieting, but in my opinion, this is not the way to do it.
But would I still lose weight if I did that?
You did. If you ate only ice creams the entire day, you'd still lose weight up to a certain point, and then you'd stop, because the ice cream is only giving you sugar.
And it will give me 10 other problems.
And 10 other problems. But initially you will lose weight if you just did that.
But I won't be able to sustain it.
No.
Right. So how much, Siddhant, tell us, you also speak about exercising and doing the right form of exercise. How much exercise is too much exercise? I've been asking this to every health expert, because, we are seeing younger and younger people in their 30s suffering heart attacks in the gyms.
So that's not related to the exercise at all.
Not at all.
I mean, this needs to be clarified. It could be, I could be running on the road behind a robber who's stolen my wallet and had a heart attack. Basically, the situation here is, if you're doing something that you're totally not used to doing, and you overdo it on the first day, that puts too much pressure on your vessels and your heart, and sometimes it can't cope up, and that's the reason for a heart attack. Another thing could be some predisposed condition that they have. It's just that social media is capturing these a lot more, because you have CCTVs in your gyms now. It's usually the CCTV clippings that you capture, right? So it always happened. It's just you're capturing it more often now.
So this is a myth that...
It's a total myth. It's a total myth. I mean, the best thing for your heart is to run. Cardiovascular fitness is the best thing for your heart to have a good life. So these are all myths.
One of the diet fads that you think is absolutely rubbish and it's complete hoax, like it's fooling people, and people are still doing it because it's a fad.
I mean, I think apple cider vinegar in the morning and all those kind of things are total
Bulletproof coffee?
fads. See, coffee is giving you the energy. Ghee is giving you sustained release of energy throughout the day. So as a concept, it makes sense. But if I'm trying to lose weight, I'm not wasting my calories on consuming 150 calories of ghee in the morning. So based on your goals, how pragmatic you want to be is up to you. All of these things will find a place in science somehow. But again, your goals decide what you need to do.
So what are the 4 pillars of holistic wellness according to you?
4 pillars, I'm going to have to think. But number 1 is food. Number 2 is exercise or movement. Number 3 is food psychology or your own psychology. And number 4 is just consistency. These are the four pillars of being healthy.
Right. Also, with these days people go through a lot of mental stress and competition. How does one take care of mental health and the foods that help you take care of your mental health? I'm sure I've heard a lot that eating certain kind of foods can really help you enhance or alleviate your stress. Is there any suggestion for people who are watching
Again,
this?
see, I mean, these kind of claims are they're on the fringe, right? They're mostly anecdotal. It's very difficult to prove these. Yes, I mean, they say that, when you eat chocolate, it triggers the happy hormone. So if you're stressed, do you want to eat chocolate? Or they say that when you eat protein, the amino acids go and trigger something like tryptophan or things like that, which are happy hormones or serotonin, or they form the building blocks of serotonin. So yes, food eventually leads to everything, but there's no one food that you can eat and be like, if I eat this, it's helping my stress.
It's more to do with the placebo effect that chocolate gives you? Is it
no, so I mean, chocolate essentially is releasing dopamine, right? Because throughout your childhood, you've associated happiness with chocolate.
Okay.
So every time you have chocolate, you feel happy. So it does help you with your stress, but is that the healthiest way to go about it, where you're just compensating and not dealing with the actual problems? Of course, this is a longer answer, but do what helps you in your stress, man. I mean, that's the best one I could tell you.
So it's basically what works for you. There's no study that's done
but if binge eating works for you, do you really want to binge eat if you're stressed?
No, of course not. The healthy way of doing it.
The healthy way, yeah.
But Siddhant, it was great having you.
Same here.
We are not letting you go just like that. We're going to play a quick rapid fire round with you, and you have to be very rapid and very fiery with it. Okay. So my first question is, warm water in the morning, warm water with lemon, does it make you lose weight? What's your take on it?
No.
It doesn't.
It's bullshit. The easiest way of saying it.
Okay, the first thing in the morning that you should be having, ghee, coffee or warm water?
Warm water.
Okay. Biggest diet myth?
That calories don't matter. Eat healthy and you lose weight.
Calories don't matter? Eat
People
healthy?
think that calories don't matter. That is a myth. Calories is everything. Weight loss is mathematics.
Okay. 3 mistakes one makes in their fitness journey?
Thinks that they're doing too much when they're actually not doing enough. Stresses about their goals every day, does not follow the journey, keeps micromanaging their own journey and loses their way on the way.
Biggest diet fad which is absolutely useless?
Detox diets are absolutely useless. Your body doesn't need detoxing. Your liver's job is to detoxify bad things. By doing something more, you can't aid the liver. Too much water is the answer to everything. So too much water is the answer to your gut or your skin or everything. Again, no, I think that's mythical. And the third one would be that ghee is the best superfood for you. I don't think it is.
Oh yeah, I mean that's quite a revelation to me as well. 5 foods that can make you look younger or can reverse aging.
Okay. Fruits, vegetables, berries, good fat, omega-3s, protein, and lifting weights.
All right, Siddhant, thank you so much for joining us. It was a very insightful conversation. Pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you so much.
And well, after that insightful conversation, it is time for us to slip into a short break. You don't go anywhere. There's lots more coming up.